projects, and then we've got voters looking amongst those quality projects.
Oh, the professor.
Using their ability to determine what's
God.
quality and what's not, and then aping in and deciding what is the best project. Now, here's what's magical about this. 1% of all of the transactions that are being done in Sosana by sales transfers over a 2-week period of time is going into this wallet. And the wallet's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The more people that want to buy Sosana, people selling Sosana, people transferring Sosana around, all of this is just making this wallet bigger and bigger.
And bigger and bigger.
And what happens is we get to a Monday after 2 weeks, we get to a Monday night. Monday night at 7 p.m., we have this decentralized app that is then going to release to everyone that participated in the voting process. Remember, only those that participated in this process.
Everyone can vote to lose their money.
At 7 o'clock on a Monday night, it's going to then tell them two things. Number one, this is the project.
Talk to them like they're 3 years of age.
Okay. We had 25 projects. Project number 4, which is token XYZ, has won the voting. Okay. It had 100 people vote for this project. That was the most amount of votes for any project. So therefore, those 100 people won the vote. They had project number 4, token XYZ. Everybody is announced that. Not just the 100 people that won, but all of the people who voted all get the announcement right away at 7 o'clock p.m. of which project won. That's important. Now, the next thing that happens after that is that
this meeting is being recorded.
2 weeks, we have this amount of transactions. 1% of that is, let's say in this case, $100,000. So we've got $100,000. So we've got $100,000 in the voter wallet. And we know that was the winner. Token XYZ. So what's going to happen then? So what is going to happen then?
What's going to happen?
Know that at 8 hour later, the DGen voter wallet, that amount, $100,000, that amount is going to be used to purchase $100,000 winning token. So $100,000 worth of XYZ token, and that $100,000 worth of tokens will be evenly distributed into the wallets of the 100 winners.
Hey, we will go in here and cause a bit of havoc there.
$100,000 purchase of tokens, 100 winners. Every winner gets $1,000 worth of XYZ token. Now they can take those tokens right away.
Everybody, the chat room's wide open.
They can sell them. They could hold them because now there's, through this crowdsourced intelligence process, a great potential project has been identified. They're getting a head start by getting $1,000 of those tokens for absolutely free. And from that point on, they have the ability to then go and they can hold that as a valuable, potentially accruing asset in their portfolio. That's why they're happy. But here's why everyone else should be happy.
Jennifer Adams not happy.
Even if you didn't win. Because for the first time potentially in your entire business life, you have certainty. You know for 100% certainty about something that is about to happen that you've never heard of before.
Lies.
You know for 100% certainty that in 1 hour from the announcement time being made, there is going to be a $100,000 purchase into a small cap token. $100,000
lies.
Now think about this for a second, guys. If you understand just the basics of cryptocurrency and you understand even like the small part, then you can probably imagine. We have to be very careful. We're not allowed to make guarantees and things of that nature, but you could probably imagine pretty quickly what's going to happen with that small cap token when $100,000 purchase comes in all at once. In all likelihood, token's price is going to go northward. And you have 1 hour before that happens to take advantage of that information. Not just you, all of the people who participated in the voting process, not just the ones who picked the right token, but the ones who picked the wrong token, now get that information at the same exact time, and they have the ability to go and actually purchase that token if they want to. Now, again, what's the whole goal that people are doing with cryptocurrency? They're trying to get in at one price and then ultimately sell it at some point in time in the future, a day later, a week later, a month later, a year later. In some cases, people holding Bitcoin for years and years later in the future at a higher price. But people never know, they never have information to tell them that the higher price is a probability of occurring. And now you have that information. So before that $100,000 purchase, what do you think the people in Sosana who know about it are going to do? They're going to go buy that token. And as they're buying that token sometime between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock, and they're buying and buying and buying and buying, what do you think is going to happen, right? The price is going to go up, okay? The price is going to
go down
as they're buying and buying and buying throughout that entire time frame. Now, once that time frame starts to happen,
it's in the chat room.
guys, we got a message here. Give me 1 second.
Message here. Give me 1 second. Somebody's in the scam meeting. Okay, I'll give you the link. He's going to go out. He's got a message here. It's too long for the chat room, isn't it? We'll try. Try that. We need a jelly snack in here. You get your ratings up. If you haven't participated in the Who's the Best Avenger of them all, he's going to come back. Oh, they've kicked me out. Put me in the waiting room. Oh, that's a bit unfair. So now I'm going to turn my camera off. Oop, turn my camera off. He got rid of me. Oh, Professor. So now they've got a scammer, they'll say. Let's have a look. I'll fix my camera up in a second. There we go. Let's see what they say. Sorry about that, guys. We had a hacker in here. That's all they can say. We had a hacker in here. Oh, you got booted. What did you do? You're naughty.
All right, guys. Sorry about that, but
we had a hacker.
Like we've got some
hackers. Hackers.
Some idiots.
Idiots. It's funny.
You know, who are just bored and
we're bored.
I love it. The guys who can't create anything, they're
just guaranteed that 100% that token's going to go
up. So we'll see how that goes. But sorry about that. But anyway, and appreciate the heads up from the people that were given the heads up.
Wait, you mean the 500 messages in your chat room saying it's a scam?
About is the ability for this to happen. So now all of a sudden you've got this 1 hour notice, and we've got this big purchase that's going to go into a small cap token. People are going to have the ability to go into that.
All right, I'm going to get there.
And make a decision about purchasing ahead of time. Now, this is what I think is amazing, is they then have an incredible asset in there that they've acquired for themselves. And now what's going to be better about that is as we continue to grow, right? As more and more people realize that, oh my God, Sosana, these guys have got something amazing. These guys have actually started to figure it out. There's people who are joining this incredible platform, and they're getting this incredible information. Number one is if they don't know how to pick tokens themselves, they can actually take advantage of the educational platform that Sosana has created, and they can learn how to actually identify the difference between the landmines and the gold mines. So they're going to have that ability.
This is all part of Novel, isn't it?
Even while they're learning that
continuation of the scam,
they can follow along with the people who really already know, the people who are the professionals that have figured out this industry, and they can go and get it done. And as they're starting to do all of those things, they put themselves into a position where, again, they have a better chance of winning. And that's what this is all about, is giving people a better chance to win, to figure out the difference between the landmines and the gold mines, to get the tokens that actually matter the most.
Insider trading would come to mind if this was real.
Position where they can continuously be able to win. And that's what we're excited about with the project. Now, guys, what I'll tell you is that the more that this starts to happen, the more that the word gets out, the more people are going to say there's an incredible utility there with what Sosana has. And as they join Sosana as well, they become a part of that community. The more people that are involved, the better and more purifying the voting process is, because you've got more brains there. So you get more of that process going. But the other thing that starts to happen, guys, is that as that also continues to happen,
let's go and get ourselves ready.
Increases the amount of the degen voter pool. That increases the impact that Sosana can have now in the space, becoming a market maker.
So the professor
increases your ability to
went away
once again
and
from
made sure
these picks that are happening and these tokens that are getting.
I've already done a
moonshots,
review about this
whether
one.
you want to sell them,
So
whether you want to hold them, that's going to be
room,
your choice. We're not giving financial advice, but it sets you up in the best possible position. For those people who do understand crypto, right? It's buy pressure, sell pressure, right? That's going to be the biggest determinant factor. And that's what's going to actually make it happen. Now, remember, guys, what we're giving you right now is just the basics, right? There is an incredible, incredible community that is going to be set up here for you, that ultimately that community will allow you to, again, learn more and more about crypto, increase your skill set, network back and forth with other people who actually know about crypto, a community where you can actually be involved in, where if you are somebody who knows a lot, you can actually become certified as an instructor, again, to teach more and more people about this. So it's going to continuously put you in a position where you can continuously win. Guys, with that said, man, I'm gonna just stop here for a second, because again, I know we've kind of been interrupted here. We've got a bunch of idiots on the call, man. And again, I know some people, man, they have nothing else better to do than to be idiots.
Look at the
but the reality is, for those people
away
out there who are entrepreneurs that understand that
entrepreneurs. Look at this idiot. This guy claims he makes $100,000 a month.
We appreciate you guys being here,
and he's
hopefully
in a Zoom meeting.
Information that can really, really help you and help you make a decision. So with that said, guys, if there's some people that are there, I'll actually unmute this gentleman right here, or at least ask him if he wants to unmute and he wants to chime in.
Hey, buddy, how you doing, my friend?
Doing well, sir.
I was manning the chat, so I see what's happening over there, and it just blessed their hearts. You know, I believe that there's godness in all of us, and some people just hadn't realized that yet. And so to that particular person, I actually know him.
Does he? He knows me. He's a lost child.
He likes to follow me. I still love you, man.
Good on you, bro.
I still love you.
Peace
I appreciate. I
don't love you at all.
You have gotten this in you. And I look forward to the day when you will use your immense talent to bring value to the marketplace. I look forward to that. Ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, mate. I'll just get the IRS to come around knocking your door and see how you.
What Brian has been
you're
talking
banking
about.
that $100,000.
I remember, Brian, my first Bitcoin transaction was in August. Actually, it's been 11 years ago now. August of 2014. I bought it for $515.
Only 127 holders, and it's
did nothing
already
but go down for the next 18 months. Went down to 166
Hey, what's
bucks.
The link?
And then I
the
listened to all the naysayers, like, you know, the person who's been here today, or people on the internet saying that Bitcoin was a scam. And what I should have been doing is loading
no one said Bitcoin was a scam.
At 166, I didn't do it. Okay.
Fear of missing out.
I actually had introduced a buddy of mine to a project, which is why I got the Bitcoin, right? Because that project was dealing with Bitcoin. So I stopped in my tracks. All right. I listened to all the naysayers. And 4 years down the road, my buddy reaches out to me on Facebook and he says, "Hey, man, thank you." And I'm like, "Thank you for what?" And he says,
"So what's the name of the token?" Sosana.
I said, what did I do? He said, "You introduced me to," and then he said what the project was.
The link to.
I referred him. I wasn't a multimillionaire, but he was, because he saw it. And he ran with it. Now, as best as I can tell, I probably missed out on about $20 million worth of value. Because I was there.
Whoa.
But I didn't take the time to really understand
so this is
Bitcoin,
the same opportunity.
And therefore, I let somebody who
can we
was,
borrow some money from you to have a go?
I won't say I let them. I did it. They said the bad stuff, and I did not, go and do my research and come up with my own.
What research are you going to do in this company?
So
the only research you're going to find is on their own propaganda website.
I don't want people to miss this. I can't go back and get that what I think is probably 20 million. Could have been more. I can't go and get that back. All right. And so I try to live by this adage. I can't do anything about the last 5 seconds. Man, the last 5 seconds are gone. Can't do nothing about it. And I'm not promised the next 5 seconds. So I need to just be present. And presently, we have an amazing project.
Do you?
That's going to lift up other projects.
Same as
in the
Bitcoin.
space, that's going to allow people to not only potentially, no, I got to put that word there, profit with the Sosana token.
Sosana token.
Every
so
other
we've got a
week,
link to the Sosana token?
all these other tokens that we could potentially benefit from, so we can start to build a
portfolio,
a crypto portfolio. And for some of us,
predictable, mate.
some of us need it, man. We're behind on some stuff.
And you need to get on
some
here
of us
and
might be
preach to them
behind
for
on
what
retirement.
reason?
They're saying in the U.S. that by 2033, Social Security, as we know it, might be bankrupt. Doesn't mean it won't be Social Security still paid out. But they're saying they may have to
I've got gold. I'm going to break up a little bit
decrease
of gold
payments by 20 to
buy my bread that way.
25%. Well, what is the average person going to do? I believe so much in this, Brian. I got on the road last week.
Put everything I have
drove
into
up
it.
to go see my pops. My pops is 83 years young.
Oh, it's the hard luck story.
Because my pops, who knows very little about cryptocurrency, says, hey, if this is going to help me potentially with my retirement, I trust you, son. So he's going to be a big purchaser of Sosana right here at the beginning. He may never tell a soul.
Poor man.
He will.
He's going to lose
once he sees
all his money.
What it's doing. And so, ladies and gentlemen, don't miss this. Please
don't miss this. Please don't miss it, because we need the commissions.
Or watch recorded content. But make sure you understand what happens with that voter wallet. Make sure you understand what happens when you know what token's about to be purchased an hour before.
Yeah.
So that you can position yourself.
Oh, wow. Insider trading.
I appreciate you, Brian. Thank you so much, my friend.
Yeah.
Hey, no worries, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate your input as always. Yeah. Guys, if you have see if my other partners are on here. Guys, if you have other legitimate questions that you want to put in, I mean the chat has been again hacked, as you guys said, and again,
really,
there's nothing we can do about that.
Well, you can't. It's 400 messages in there.
Better to do with their lives, but if you
I've got better things to do in my life.
Question you want to raise your hand.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
Stop scamming and get my life back.
We can go from there as well. Otherwise, again, it's kind of like what the professor just said, guys.
The professor claims to make $100,000 a month
right now. That really does answer this.
He's just a genius.
Does kind of set people up with the knowledge that they need to know what's happening here with the project.
We're going to take a wee look at this
in a minute. We've got some
minute.
incredible leaders out there too, man. Just again, we've been doing calls with many of these leaders. They've been doing private
What's
calls,
a leader?
All throughout the week.
How do you become a leader?
Oh,
you mean scammer?
Weekend. And if you want to plug into some of them or get into the Telegram group and get your questions answered, we could do that for you guys as well.
Everything in Telegram is a scam, okay?
Again, I the best way you can say it is kind of what
it's pretty anonymous.
The professor just kind of referenced it. You've got the landmines, you've got the gold mines, you've got a lot of, they all look the same. People can't tell the difference. As a result, a lot of people
so here we go, kids,
into trouble out there in space.
You want to know more about this opportunity?
A project that gives people a true opportunity to be able to win by getting the information they need to tell the difference and putting themselves into a better position. Cryptocurrency does represent one of the greatest transfers of wealth that's happening in our society right now.
More scammer.
And the people who have previously walked around
Brian,
and just said, man,
it's the guy that's on the screen right now.
Listen, I don't, cryptocurrency is confusing to me. It's crypto, it's cryptic, and I can't, I don't have time to learn about it. It's coming a time when you're not going to be able to afford to not know. Not if you really want to have a chance to kind of position yourself.
So there they are, scammer, pants on fire.
Digital environment that's popping up. And what we're doing here with Sosana is we're creating a community of people who really want to profit. And once they are profiting, they're interested in going out and helping others do the same, man. That's about as detailed as we're going to be. So guys, with that said, man, just kind of, I appreciate you all for being here tonight and for being a part of the call. We'll kind of wrap it up and get it set up, guys, and we'll be right back here again next week. You can pop back in.
I'm going to go and
throughout the weekend, we know we have a lot of private calls planned, so we're going to be excited to do those for you guys. And again, if you have some questions, get back to the person by Jane.
Okay, I'm going to kill the spam.
They'll get those questions answered for you. We'll move on from there. All right. So thanks, Professor. Appreciate you as always, sir. You guys have a great night.
The recording has stopped.
Boom. We got them in there anyway. What do you got, Bob? Bob's sending us messages elsewhere. So look, guys, you listen to these meetings and you think, oh, it could be legit. Here's a whole expose on them. Solana review. And this was on the 1st of 7 days ago. We published this. So we just have a quick listen to some of this while we're looking for a new Zoom meeting.
Sosana review. Crypto manipulation securities fraud August 1st, 2025 in MLM review. Sosana operates in the cryptocurrency MLM niche. 4 co-founders, represented by AI-generated avatars, are named on Sosana's website. Dave Track, Chief Shiny Object Officer Mark Ross, Chief FOMO Officer Brian Lyles, Senior Consultant of Token Regret Andrew Belofsky, Chief Illegal Officer Reggie Sullivan, Director of Never Ending Hope Dave Track, aka David Track, first popped up on BehindMLM's radar as founder and president of Prepay, CPA in 2011. Circa 2019 Track was Senior Vice President of Trip, an MLM pyramid scheme, with an illegal and registered stock offering. Track reinvented himself as a crypto bro in 2020, crypto fraud inevitably followed, but Velocity in 2020 and Tectum in 2022. Mark Ross appears to be a random crypto bro who followed David Track over from Tectum. Brian Lyles was appointed Sales Director for North America for Cerul in 2020. Apparently that didn't work out, and sometime after Lyles turned to crypto fraud. A month ago Lyles was promoting Cryptex, an MLM crypto Ponzi scheme.
Oh my God.
Andrew Belofsky and Reggie Sullivan appear to keep a low profile. I wasn't able to find anything definitive. Promoters of Sosana to note are Mohammed Zidane, aka Mac Zidane, Mac Mills, Tracy Le Mont Silver, aka T. Le Mont Silver, the Professor, Mark Hamlin, and Peter Ahanian. Mohammed Zidane is a serial promoter of fraudulent MLM schemes, dating back to at least 2012 with Empower Network. Mills continues to defraud consumers through various schemes, primarily through AI-generated slop content.
Oh,
Tracy Le Mont Silver is another long-time fraudster. Silver made a name for himself as a top promoter of the Zeke Rewards Ponzi scheme. Instead of manning up when he was caught and facing a $2.3 million clawback, Lamont uprooted his then young family and fled to the Dominican Republic. For the past 13 years, Silver has continued to defraud consumers through various fraudulent schemes. BehindMLM last came across Silver about a year ago with Billion Dollar Mine. In his capacity as a promoter of the Forsage series of MLM crypto Ponzi schemes, the SEC charged Mark Hamlin with securities fraud in 2022. Hamlin settled the sex charges in August 2022. As part of Hamlin's Forsage settlement, he was prohibited from committing further violations of federal securities laws. Over on YouTube, Hamlin has continued to promote fraudulent MLM schemes. Iwan New Life is an MLM gifting cycler. BizNet College is an MLM pyramid scheme. Peter Ahanian is,
my God,
you
it's
guessed it,
connected to that.
another serial fraudster.
Oh.
BehindMLM.
Oh my goodness. So that's so funny. So you got EU One Life, which we've had Pocket watching with JC do a whole thing on that. And we've had Mars Honda or Mashonda, if you want to call it that. And also BuzzNet College, which is amazing. So BuzzNet College is invest $50, make $500, but it doesn't actually happen, just in case you're wondering. But isn't that great intel? So we
BehindMLM last came across Ahanian a few months ago as a corporate leader at Booster. Sosana's operates from the website domain Sosana.io, privately registered on November 26, 2024. Sosana's website footer suggests Sosana is being operated through Nosy Pepper Incorporated, a purported Wyoming shell company. Finally, we're noting that Sosana originally launched around April 2025.
Right, so let's have a look at this website. There it is. Oh my goodness. So there you go. So let's that's one that we need to do a video blog on straight away. So this is what I do when I start up a blog. We're going to go to ChatGPT, go to Scamdemic, and I go to here. Please start building a knowledge base on so I can create a blog. I want to highlight all the red flags about this company. Okay, so now I go into here and I tell it to go Solana on Solana. And then I say, what do you know about them so far? Alrighty, so then that's the basis of any good blog. And then I go like this, and then I basically go and find them. And that will go away and find that. And then, so that's their website. So that's going to be a crack up. So I haven't done that one. I'm sure I've done something on something similar. They all use similar information, really, don't they? So once again, you can see it's just multi-level marketing and recruitment and trust us, bro. And obviously it looks like they've got a token that they're trying to pump and dump. So what I normally do is I get that article. I go back to ChatGPT. It's come up with some basics. Oh, great. It actually has pulled out the BehindMLM article. Isn't that awesome? So that's great that it's pulling that information. I need to stop doing that. I'm going to give you some information from BehindMLM. So go like that. Behind MLM. I'm going to give some from Oz from BehindMLM. At blah blah blah. Please make sure we give credit for his article if we use this information in the blog. And then I put blog, and then I go out here. So there's the link to the article, and now we'll just go back there. And so EU1 Life, I've done stories on that. And now we'll come to this blog, and we'll grab it from here, and we'll literally just dump that information in there. I can't believe the manipulation. It's so cool. And then we'll just go dump in there and let ChatGPT do what it does well. So I'm going to shrink that down. So what we want to do, before we were in a meeting with Talk Fusion, and Bob was telling me to play the link. And we are going to play the link, but at the moment, Jelly Snack has found us. We are going to do an expose on this company here because it's just too good to be true. What else could we do? So I did start that one. I'll just go through and see if there's any. I'm going to get rid of that now. Go back to here. Solana. Did that? Yeah, so we've got that there. But all right. I would like to copy each page of their website so that you get a good knowledge base of what they're offering. Okay, so now I'm going to go there. I'm just going to move that over to the side. Perfect. Move that one over to the side as well. Go back to here. Get rid of Google. Get rid of that. And each post with Salama. All right, so that's cool. So what we're going to do first, and this is what you can do if you're doing your own investigation. Just go select all, copy, and then just paste it straight into ChatGPT and let it do its magic. Now go back to the website, and often these websites don't have many pages, but this one's got about us, how it works, tokenomics, Mimi Court, roadmap, fetch, frequently asked questions, and of course the community will probably take me off to somewhere. We are live. Okay, launch soon. So some things I do like doing, which you guys don't see, but if I right click on that, I can go into expect, and then I can come to sources, and I can come along here and I can usually find images like that there, and I put that on my desktop, so when I do the blog I don't need to look for it again. I can also come through here and find every component of their website, which is really handy. So there's their logo, for example. So I'm going to put that in my little wee folder, and that's how we do it. And then the other thing I can do is we can so what are they saying about their launch? Here, let's have a listen.
Sosana logo, Sosana Community Hub. Launching soon. We're crafting an exclusive space for our dedicated Dejans, featuring live events, dynamic forums, and educational content. Stay tuned for updates. In the meantime, follow us on Twitter and join a Telegram group for the latest shenanigans. Good things come to those who hodl. We live. Copyright 2025 Sosana. All rights reserved. Sosana Mascots.
All right, so this is the About Us page. So this is how crude it can be, guys. You just highlight the whole page, and then you shut that page down. You go back to ChatGPT. You just paste it in there, and you press enter, and then that's that. Brilliant. And now it's telling me thanks very much. Now it works. Now I'm having a feeling that this is all one page. It is. So when you go how it works, it just takes you to a different part. This is a one-page website. Well, I don't need to do that for every page. So now we come back here. This is also part of the one-page website. Memes is all part of the one-page website. Roadmap is all part of the one-page website. Do they have a downloadable roadmap? Oh my God, they've even got T-shirts and hats and caps. So the only one that really would interest me is the questions, the frequently asked questions. And that means I have to literally email us. So now I'm going to go back to here and find out the merch store is all under one, the purchases. So now I'm just going to do FAQ. And I'm going to put all the frequently asked, and this is important because if you want to do a proper investigation, oh, there we go. There's a question that, unfortunately, when you cut and copy the web page, you don't get all those. So I go through and get them out manually, and they'll get every little bit of information that they claim that this will do. And the other one that I want to have a wee look at is to see their terms and conditions, which I'm sure a company that's got the prestige of this will actually do. 1, 2, 3. It's a bit slow today. There. But, you know, a company that's handling money, a company that's a DAO where you can all vote for what happens, and they don't really have much of a corporate presence. And the individuals behind it are a joke. Oh, my God, the number one question. Read this number one questions.
Is Sosana a scam? No, we're just incredibly honest about how unserious we are.
Oh my God, are you shitting me? So that's the frequently asked questions page. Right, so now what we want to do is we want to go to the bottom of the page like any other website, and we want to find out partnerships as a question, as an email, all this here, privacy policy. Okay, so there's a PDF for the privacy. Legal terms and conditions, there's a PDF for that, so we'll download that. And that's about it. So let's see what we got here. So a privacy policy literally looks like it has been written with ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is my best friend. So we shouldn't knock it, but let's just put the privacy policy. Let's see if we can highlight it. Whoop, 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 whoop. Data privacy. And we'll go back to ChatGPT. Chuck that in there. Press enter. Even though it's probably standard stuff written by ChatGPT, it's good to update it. And terms of use. A one-page terms and use policy. That just gets better and better. So now we come back to here and we go there and we go, great. And hopefully that will be done soon. All right, humor. Final analysis of the blog. And now we've got terms of use. I'll put just a one-pager. I'm putting that in brackets for ChatGPT. Just a one-pager. And we go enter. I think Pixel wants out actually, so I might have to just go duck out there for a while. Terms of use. Okay. Okay, please create an awesome blog highlighting all the red flags, and please make sure we name and shame all the individuals that are associated with this company. Many of the people that have been named so far have a history of promoting like-minded scams, and we don't want people to fall victim to this latest one. All right, so you just listen to this for a second. Well, not listen to it. Watch it be created, and I'll go let the dog out. Won't be a sec. Give it out, Pax. Here to it. Here to it. I'm back. Okay. So, what did we get? Oh, it's a fusion with pleasure. Is it possible? Is it possible to give the blog more substance? I've noticed you have used quite a few bullet points. Can we make these into more conversational paragraphs, like an active investigation? Also, I don't want any emojis in my blog. Right, so let's see what it does now. So I'll rewrite it. Exposed. Yeah, it's security fraud. So what's it saying so far? Sales funnel. Also, we have 100-character limit for a title. And it would be awesome if we could use that to its limit. Alrighty, so let's wait until that's finished. Right, the blog has been rewritten to remove all the emojis. It's good. Right, the other one that we want to do now is we want to go to Trustpilot, because I'm having a bit of fun with Trustpilot lately. Trustpilot.com. And we want to search for the company. And we see that they've got 0 reviews. Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's great. So that's what we want to do. Okay, so now we want to, I might just copy that before that goes crazy, and we'll start writing review, and we'll just go and start doing a blog. Excellent. And I'll paste that blog in there, and I'm just going to listen to what it's written so far.
Sosana IO exposed. Satire or securities fraud. Welcome to the latest illusion in the world of crypto cons. Sosana IO, the token that mocks your financial decisions while quietly separating you from your money. Branded as a joke, powered by a Wyoming shell company, and promoted by some of the most notorious MLM grifters in the game, Sosana is not just another meme coin, it's a meticulously orchestrated farce hiding a serious financial trap. Satire with a sales funnel. On the surface, Sosana markets itself as a parody project.
Yes, carry on. All right, so that's pretty cool. So what I'll do is I go back and it's past review. Make also so I've decided I like the title. That one there. So update that. People behind it. Did he use MLM behind MLM? Yes, we did. Cool. Could you offer any improvements? Could you offer any improvements to make the blog more factual? Could you offer any? I'm just going to say, could you offer any improvements? Question mark. So there we go. We've got the title. Yes. Right. So what does it come back and said here? That it might suggested improvements. Let's have a listen. Is it going to work? Been a bit naughty.
You've referenced Oz's work throughout, but a formal credit line near the intro, and again before quoting him, will reinforce integrity. Insert after first paragraph. Much of the investigative groundwork featured in this article was informed by Oz behind MLM. Full credit to his August 2025 review exposing the inner workings of Sosana and its founders. 2. Add a short explainer about how the scheme functions. You could tighten the structure by briefly explaining the core scheme in plain terms before diving into the deeper sections. This helps guide new readers. Suggested paragraph to add before satire, with a sales funnel. At its core, Sosana is a crypto token with no actual product or service. Users are encouraged to buy in, recruit others, and vote on winning tokens every 2 weeks, earning early access to assets just before the broader public is alerted. The result is a coordinated pump and dump loop that disproportionately benefits insiders, while convincing newcomers they are part of a community joke. It's financial manipulation dressed in memes.
I might just have to go to the door. What I'll do... Pixel, hold it. I'm just going to try to get this reading to you while I'm going to answer the door, and then I'll give you something to listen to. I'll just do whatever we've got. Ugh. Hold it. It's not going to read, is it?
Sosana IO exposed. Meme token MLM scam backed by serial crypto fraudsters and market manipulation. Welcome to the latest illusion in the world of crypto cons. Sosana IO, the token that mocks your financial decisions while quietly separating you from your money. Branded as a joke, powered by a Wyoming shell company, and promoted by some of the most notorious MLM grifters in the game, Sosana is not just another meme coin, it's a meticulously orchestrated farce hiding a serious financial trap. Much of the investigative groundwork featured in this article was informed by Oz at BehindMLM. Full credit to his August 2025 review exposing the inner workings of Sosana and its founders. At its core, Sosana is a crypto token with no actual product or service. Users are encouraged to buy in, recruit others, and vote on winning tokens every 2 weeks, earning early access to assets just before the broader public is alerted. The result is a coordinated pump and dump loop that disproportionately benefits insiders, while convincing newcomers they are part of a community joke. It's financial manipulation dressed in memes. Satire with a sales funnel. On the surface, Sosana markets itself as a parody project. It proudly proclaims it has no utility, no white paper, and no roadmap. Instead, it parades around in self-deprecating humor and meme culture, convincing users they are in on the joke. But beneath the surface...
Alrighty, so now I'll just say, could you offer some suggestions to help readability? I'm thinking bolding a few words may make it easier to read. Right, so just put the bolding right. So that's normally how I'd construct without getting the eggs dropped off. But this is normally how I construct the basis for a blog. Much of the investigation work in this feature in this article is behind a full credit exposing, full credit to the 25 review. And then we've got something out there. I'm just going to go through and have a look to see, make sure there's no other Zoom meetings going. What's happening there? Why that's building. I love blogging. I wish I could do it full time. But it's the sort of thing like when you go and research these companies, using AI has been just a godsend. The things that we can do with AI now, everyone's talking about AI, but it's just like the beginning of the internet for me. I was one of the first persons to help people get on the internet. I remember when the internet came out, going to the university and watching the internet on the screen, and they showed us Netflix, not Netflix, Netscape. It was really cool, so, and then I eventually started helping installing the internet on people's computers, and I'd literally go around with a 14.4 modem and unscrew their computer and plug in a modem, and then sometimes I had to do jumper settings and all that sort of carry on, and then get them going on the internet. And that's how I sort of started learning about the internet way back. But going from an uneducated left school 14 guy, painter and a decorator, to actually starting to embrace technology and use technology, it's certainly been a lot of fun learning everything about what I've seen this photo before. That's how many times I do this. So it's been a good journey for me. And now we've got the era of Ponzi schemes and scams and multi-level marketing and using Zoom to build communities. And you're forced to go into these communities and be nice to everybody until you start questioning, can I actually really make a living out of this opportunity they're telling me? Because they'll tell you that by signing up and referring your friends, it's actually a way to make money. Arbonne ladies or Agano Gold Coffee. I remember that came out. All these stupid claims, it's just absolutely pathetic. But, you're not going to make a living out of doing that and listen to some cheery lady who's got too much makeup on trying to push a scam down your throat is not going to do anyone any good, you know? They're just scammers. They're all just trying to fool you out of your money. You know, and that's what I really, oh, that one's shut down. So whose meetings was that? That's been replaced. We can go to bookmarks, paste it in there. Tony A, business launch. Well, she's renamed herself, so we can get her out of our list. And oh, excuse me. Just about coughing. That's just a dead meeting anyway. And we should be coming back. That's Solana roadmap. That's their terms and conditions. I don't need that anymore. And there we go. So now we've got a full-fledged blog ready to go. So let's put it together. I'll show you what happens. I just don't know if you saw that then, but I clicked copy and I went paste. So here's my blog. I make sure I've got the same title. It's 97 characters long. Don't ask me how I know that. We're going to link to their website, which they'll be deliriously happy about. So I'll just test that link, make sure it pops up. And if you ever are linking to a site, it's always a good idea to put www in front of the domain name, including HTTPS. So simply it gives the true path. And I'll just test that, make sure that works. I'm pretty sure it works. So now I'm going to go, right, and this is how fast you can do a blog. So first thing I'm going to do is open up a new window. We're going to link to Oz at BehindMLM. So I'm just going to link to his website, https:// and then we've got .com. And then we're going to have that. So that's a link to him. And then we're talking about, I'm just going to read some of this as we go again.
Welcome to the latest illusion in the world of crypto cons, Sosana IO, the token that mocks your financial decisions while quietly separating you from your money. Branded as a joke, powered by a Wyoming shell company, and promoted by some of the most notorious MLM grifters in the game, Sosana is not just another meme coin, it's a meticulously orchestrated farce hiding a serious financial trap. Much of the investigative groundwork featured in this article was informed by Oz at BehindMLM. Full credit to his August 2025 review exposing the inner workings of Sosana and its founders. At its core, Sosana is a crypto token with no actual product or service. Users are encouraged to buy in, recruit others, and vote on winning tokens every 2 weeks, earning early access to assets just before the broader public is alerted. The result is a coordinated pump and dump loop that disproportionately benefits insiders, while convincing newcomers they are part of a community joke. It's financial manipulation dressed in memes. Satire with a sales funnel. On the surface, Sosana markets itself as a parody project.
Alrighty, so there's the article that we were just referring to. So it's always a good idea if you are, going to, grab other people's content where you can, always link. And if you are a website developer and you're thinking, oh, yeah, I don't want to link to somebody else's website and promote them, it actually helps you with SEO. It's actually a requirement. So internal linking and external linking is great. And obviously if Oz linked back to this article, it would even be any better. But that's not why we're doing it. We're doing it because we want to create awareness. So now we're going to listen to the next paragraph. And when I ask this, listen to this.
The real people behind the fake titles. While the Sosana team uses cartoonish titles and AI-generated avatars to maintain a layer of plausible deniability, their real identities are not so easy to hide. Thanks to investigative work by BehindMLM, we know exactly who is orchestrating the chaos. At the top of the operation is David Track, the so-called Chief Shiny Object Officer, who has been involved in multiple fraudulent schemes over the past decade, including Prepay, CPA, Bitlocity, and Tectum. Following him is Mark Ross, another figure previously involved with Tectum, now humorously titled Chief FOMO Officer. Then there's Brian Lyles, listed as Senior Consultant of Token Regret. Lyles has bounced between roles in Cerul and Cryptex, both schemes designed to take advantage of crypto hype with little regard for compliance or sustainability. Two other individuals, Andrew Belofsky and Reggie Sullivan, round out the core team. While their previous activities remain more obscure, their association with the project places them squarely in the frame. But the red flags don't stop with the leadership. Promoters of Sosana include several repeat offenders. Mohammed Macmil Zidane has been tied to scams going back to Empower Network. Tracy Le Mont Silver, a known promoter of the Zeke Rewards Ponzi scheme, fled the United States after facing a $2.3 million clawback. Mark Hamlin, charged by the SEC for his role in Forsage, is back once again, promoting what looks to be yet another unregistered securities fraud. And Peter Ohanian, familiar to some through his role in Booster, continues to reappear in questionable ventures. These are not random actors. This is a revolving door of career scammers who've simply rebranded, repackaged, and re-emerged under a fresh meme token banner.
Yeah, so what I'm asking ChatGPT to do now is to give me all the names of the people that are involved. So all these names here, all the scammers' names. So I grab all those, and then when I come to my blog, I can put them in as tags, and that means when that person's name. So, for example, if I go back to where's Mr. Silver, the old Silver, Leon Silver. Let's just say I open up another window of Danny's. And I search for Leon Silver, then you'll see that he's already been involved in a couple of other scams that I've done episodes on, like the petrol scam. I mean, this is so dumb. So I'm just going to see if this petrol scam's still working, because the last time I saw him in a scam, he was promoting GoFundMe, which was trying to help, oh no, that was right, trying to help the scammer raise money. But the BDM Fuel Club, where they encourage you can pay $10 for petrol and never have to pay for petrol again, never pay for gas out of your pocket again. And basically, you put $10 into the Ponzi scheme and then refer away, and you'll get your petrol bill paid. That was his last scam. So I did a lovely a lovely picture for that one there, even if I may say so myself. And here's the guy that's behind it, who's actually a minister, John Austin, and here he is begging for money to represent himself in a court case against ASIC, I think. Well, not ASIC, but the American version of that. We in Australia, they have ASIC. All right, so let's go the token in it plain. We'll just make that to big. So we're going to make that 2, and it's already bold. So we'll just do paragraph at a paragraph, and let's have a listen.
The Sosana token has a total supply of 88,888,888, chosen, apparently, mean value. But what's far more important than the number is the system built around it. Every transaction is taxed at 3%, and those funds are split 3 ways. 1% to liquidity, 1% to marketing, and 1% to the Dejan voter bonus. This bonus pool is used to buy up the winning token from a bi-weekly community vote. Holders can nominate a token if they have $500 in Sosana, or vote if they hold at least $50. The catch: those who participate get early access to the chosen token before the public. In theory, this sounds like community engagement. In practice, it's a front-running machine. By buying the winning token before revealing it to the public, Sosana participants are able to push the price up artificially, and then sell into the wave of buyers that follow. It's blatant market manipulation, structured like a game. Even worse, the insiders behind the project hold nearly 28% of the token supply, giving them the ability to steer outcomes and profit disproportionately.
So this is them on there, and it's worth 0.00000. So it's a low-value token that they're trying to pump. Is this it here? Oh my goodness! So this is great. This is what I want. DexTools. So Solana. So now I want to put. I don't even know how to use this stuff. So I'm going to try and put it over a year. So they're telling you to buy these worthless tokens. And how do you get to put it over a year? Oh, there it is. 5 hours, 1 year. Yeah, over a year. So let's put it over a year. Get rid of that. A year. That's not really much of a graph, but let's put it over 6 months. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Is that what we're looking at? It's just died, isn't it? Isn't it died? Isn't that what we're looking at? It's just going red. Is it a sea of red? Anyway, you guys, if anyone wants to post a comment under my blog or under my video explaining what I'm looking at there, that would be much appreciated. But I'll try to get that back to, oh goodness, what have I done? I'm going to reset that page, reset. There we go. And I'm going to put a link in the blog going to DXTools. So I wonder if you can actually find this on a regular exchange. Let's have a look. How would I find that out, Danny? Oh, I hate doing this stuff. Solana token. What would be a regular exchange? Like CoinGecko? So let's have a look at CoinGecko. We'll go to my bookmarks. We go to blockchain. Well, let's try CoinGecko because I know that one a wee bit better than most. And I come in here. Oh, token's gone up. That's good. And I search for name of token. Solana. Alrighty. And there it is there. What one is it though? How do I know which is which? Liquidity. Is it copycat tokens? I don't know. Liquidity. Wealth. So you come in here. Oh yeah, that looks like it. 0.0000000. That's definitely it. CoinGecko terminal. And now it's loading. How's that going to load? Oh, same graph. Oh, that's crazy. All right. So let me say I learned something today. So we're going to get rid of all that and see whether it still loads. So what does that mean? Anybody intelligent? I don't know what it means. I'll give that crypto G. And hopefully that will load. Right. And if it loads, we're going to use that as a link. More faith. So yeah, so we've got Solana token, and we'll just make that load through there. Put that in there. Open that in a new window, and people can go have a wee look at that. You'll learn all about it if you just follow the leadership of the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Right. So the next bit of the blog is going to be. Let's have a look. We'll read that whole paragraph.
MLM structure disguised as a community. Underneath the meme culture is a textbook multi-level marketing plan. New members pay $99 to join, and they must also buy in with $50 or $500 worth of Sosana tokens to participate in voting and nominations. From there, they earn commissions by recruiting others. The system has 4 ranks: unranked, Degen, Hodler, and Whale, and commissions are paid out across 3 levels of referrals.
Of course
There's no product being sold. The only thing participants are buying and selling is the dream.
Oh my goodness. Well, that tells you all about it, doesn't it? So let's just read the rest of this blog and we'll go down to the final warning while I finish it off, and then we'll create a funny image. Let's go.
Legal theatre and empty promises. The site includes a detailed privacy policy and terms of use, suggesting compliance with GDPR, CCPA, and UK data laws. But these documents are little more than legal theatre. There is no public listing of the contract address. There is no kike. The only way to access anything meaningful is to email a generic inbox. Users are told explicitly that they use the site at their own risk. This isn't compliance, it's camouflage. When the whole thing unravels, these disclaimers will be used as shields by the very people who orchestrated the con.
Yep. Yeah, orchestrated the con. I see. And then we're going to do the last 3 paragraphs.
Grooming Degens for collapse. Perhaps the most disturbing part of Sosana is how effectively it cultivates and conditions its user base. The so-called community hub is hidden behind a paywall. Forums and chat access are reserved for token holders. Even the merchandising is designed to normalize poor decisions, with slogans that mock the financial damage users have willingly embraced. Sosana isn't just building a meme token. It's building a cult, a place where losing money becomes a joke, and those who question the process are seen as outsiders. The collapse is inevitable. The end game here is easy to predict. Like every MLM crypto scam before it, Sosana will eventually run out of new recruits. When that happens, token demand will plummet, early insiders will dump, and those who bought in last will be left with nothing. As BehindMLM put it bluntly, math guarantees that when recruitment of Sosana promoters slows down, Sosana will inevitably collapse. Final warning, Sosana wants to be seen as harmless fun, a tongue-in-cheek joke for crypto degenerates. But when you look past the memes, what you find is a familiar pattern. Recycled scammers, predatory recruitment, market manipulation, and legally ambiguous operations designed to enrich a few at the expense of many. Behind the memes are real bank accounts, real wallets, and real people losing real money. Sosana might pretend it's all satire, but every rug pull starts with someone laughing and ends with someone crying. The joke's not funny, it's just fraud with a punchline.
Yeah, no, that's really, really cool. So I'm going to actually put it so bluntly, where it talks about BehindMLM, I'm going to make that a nice little little thingy. If I can get that little thingy working correctly, that would be nice. There, and put a speech mark. Oh, that's cool. So let's have a look at the preview. Preview of blog. I could try and buy the token directly without going to. That's true. Wonder if you could just buy the token without actually signing up. If it was such a good thing, you might be away with it. It's a bit busy, this blog, but it's informative. And there's a quote from BehindMLM, and I can see my disclaimer here hasn't got a boldie in it, so that's going to go back to the workshop, and we'll click on the. Must be raining. Alrighty, so that's good. So let's have a bit of fun here. Let's just shut down. We don't need their website. If anything, hopefully we're not promoting it. So we want to probably take a screenshot of that. And now we want a screenshot of those guys. We'll leave that open. Oh, now that's what we want to do. Right. Please write me a scolding review to leave on Trustpilot on why nobody should invest in this company. And let's see if we can save people from getting harm. Also explain to them that we have published a blog about this on the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avengers website. But don't leave any links because they will not be allowed. But let them know that we've done a full investigation and you would have to be brain dead to actually invest in this company. All right, so I use ChatGPT, pings out anyone who can do this, and I guarantee copy my blog into ChatGPT and then ask it to write a review, and that will come out with a review that sounds very much like this.
Sosana.io, the scam that pretends it's a joke. If you're even thinking about investing in Sosana.io, please stop and ask yourself this. Why would a legitimate crypto project need to hide behind cartoon avatars, fake job titles, and a Wyoming shell company? This isn't just some meme coin gone rogue. It's a carefully disguised multi-level marketing scheme, complete with referral commissions, insider token manipulation, and a voting system designed to benefit the founders while draining retail investors dry. The so-called team includes names with long histories of crypto fraud and MLM scams, some even wanted in other jurisdictions or previously fined by regulators. It's a literal all-star cast of grifters. We've just completed a full investigative blog on this project over at the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Read it before you lose your life savings. No links here, Trustpilot won't allow it, but it's not hard to find. Bottom line, if you invest in Sosana.io, you're either new to crypto, willfully ignorant, or, frankly, brain dead. Don't say you weren't warned.
So you're probably wondering, why is Danny doing a 5-star review? And this is to show you something pretty cool. Right, and I encourage, I'm wondering if I should actually add, I'd like to, maybe we can add another paragraph into the blog and give them a sample of the review that we've just written, and also encourage others to also do a review. Right. Please also explain that I have given them a 5-star review because Trustpilot doesn't allow 1-star reviews. So to bypass the whole system, I just give 5 stars and give them a strong review. Alrighty, so that's what I've done. So now what we'll do is, while that's building that, I'll come back to here and we'll try to get Solana ready. Hopefully we have. And now we've got a pending review, but I'm pretty sure that this review will get approved. But if I did a 1-star review, it wouldn't. So now I just do 5-star reviews on sites that don't have any reviews. And it's quite comical. So now what we want to do is come back to here and go save. We want to, now I need some images from here. We need this guy. We need this guy. We need this guy, and we need this guy, and this guy, and this guy, right, and this guy. Alrighty. All right, so now we're going to have some fun with this, I tell you. All right, so that's all we need from there. We've got their logo, which I'll take just in case, and that's all the logos I've taken. All right, we're going to come back to our blog and sales funnel, blog, grooming, final review. Right. Let's leave a review, and you should too. So now let's have a listen to this. Hold up. I'll just see if I can copy that final warning. I'll just copy that one. Don't know what's got funny
We left a
brackets there.
review. You should too. To help warn others, we've posted a public Trustpilot review of Sosana.io. Here's a sample of what we said. If you're even thinking about investing in Sosana.io, please stop and ask yourself this. Why would a legitimate crypto project need to hide behind cartoon avatars, fake job titles, and a Wyoming shell company? This isn't just some meme coin gone rogue. It's a carefully disguised multi-level marketing scheme, complete with referral commissions, insider token manipulation, and a voting system designed to benefit the founders while draining retail investors dry. We encourage anyone reading this to leave a review as well. And yes, we gave it 5 stars, not because we recommend it, but because Trustpilot doesn't allow 1-star reviews for companies that aren't fully verified. This is one way to bypass that system and make your voice heard. Let's protect others from becoming the next victim.
Right, so let's put that like that, and I might just make that bold, and I actually might go to town on that, make that a free. Alrighty, so now we need to Trustpilot review of Savannah. Now what do we do? Now we just we go leave a review. Right, leave a review, comma, and now we're going to go leave a review, and there we go. Now let's go back to Trustpilot and see if we brought up the right page, and we have. There we go. I'm just going to refresh that because sometimes that goes through straight away when you do a 5-star review. No such joy yet, but that won't matter. Review is pending. So if you see that review there, you know it worked. We've taken a screenshot of that, and now we'll go leave a review. Next fun thing I do once we've done it is going to show you. Oh, I think I've just stuffed that up, but never mind, that won't matter. I'll put that back in a second. Open a new window, and we should be able to untick that. Brilliant. So that's a pretty good blog, and that should help somebody question whether they invest in this opportunity or not, even if it sounds like fun. They'll be sitting there around the pub going, oh, this is the best thing I've ever seen since sliced bread, and stay away. Alrighty, so we're going to have a look at some images in here just while we're here. We might go a token. Now we'll have a look to see if there's anyone else promoting this that we need to worry about. That one there. Oh, he looks pretty cool. Alrighty, so these are all the dumb people promoting it. Excellent, right. Let's have some fun. I'll just shut down some windows. I'm going to get rid of everything I don't need within reason. Their token is crazy. It's worth nothing. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's interesting. I don't even want to bookmark it and check up on it in a day or two to see how low it was going to go. So now we've got that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to ask ChatGPT. Right, the blog is excellent. Thank you very much. So we're going to say that. The blog is excellent. Thank you very much. Alrighty. Right. Could you please create me an image prompt for the thumbnail for the blog? All right. I have gone to and got images of all the people that are promoting this scam. I would like to upload the images that we have, even though they are not the best quality. We want to see if we can get a true representation of what these people look like. I'm thinking we need it to look like a scam convention and use everyone that we can sitting around a big board meeting table plotting how they can scam people. If we can use the attached images of people to make it look super real, that would be fantastic. I want the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger sitting there looking at them in disgust as they try and scam people. Right, so that's sort of what I do for a basis. And then I go to my prompts, and I have below, and I cut and paste what I would do. And then I'll go, please create an image prompt for a thumbnail for the blog. Please do not create the image. Just give me the command prompt first, and then I will upload all the images I have. Right, so now hopefully it will create me in a command prompt, which will be awesome. So this is the command prompt that it's created. And now I'm going to go away here and try and find all the images. Okay, so now I want to go back here and say, I forgot to say, I also will upload some images of the website so you can get an idea what it looks like, including their logo. Logo. Okay, perfect. Once you're uploaded, so now, all right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all the images and their logo and just drag them over here. Boom, boom, boom. I'm allowed 10 images. So now I want to make sure I've got me. So let's go find the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. And we're looking for a good photo of him. First of all, no scam. Hold it. You won't see. There's my no scam and me, my t-shirt, which will do the job. And I also like to upload just the logo so I can get it perfect. Where is no scam? No scam. Okay, well, I'm trying not to make this take all day long. I don't want the orange one though, I want the white one. Where's my white one? So if I go highlight that one and then go ping. There it is. There we go. That's now we're talking. Alrighty, so that should be enough. Perfect. Upload the blah, blah, blah. And that should now allow it to create an image. So I've uploaded all the images of all the people and their logo, and now it's come back and given me the command prompt. Right, and I'll have to do everything I just did all again. Let me know when you're ready to generate if you want to changes like command prompt. No, excellent. No, the command prompt looks awesome. So I'm going to upload the images now. Would you like me to also give you the command prompt again? Right, now talking to it like it's human, because if I upload the images like I just did, I have the same problem. No need to resend the command prompt. Well, that's just fantastic. So now we're going to go over here, chuck on those on there again. And yes, you're probably thinking I've just done that. And then I'm going to go to here, upload the command prompt there, and a picture of me as well. I think it's that one there. Is that the one I use? Not that one there. It's not that one there. 1 minute, please, caller. I think it's that one there. No, hold up. 1, 2, 3. No scam. No scam. There we go. That will do it. Right. And we're away. So let's see if it creates an awesome image, and then we'll be laughing. What are we doing? Thanks for review. The images uploaded. If it is exposing scam, is a sample. No, you're meant to be creating me a thumbnail for the blog. Now it's going to say, oh, you are too. So sometimes you have to beat it into submission. But because I haven't uploaded the command and the images at the same time, I'm pretty sure we'll have a problem. But hopefully in a minute, we will have the beginning of an image. Let's see what happens. There we go, beginning of an image. So it could be total flop, but this is where I start spending hours of my time getting these images right. So while that's doing its stuff, it's locked itself into creating an image. I'm going to go down here and start shutting down some of these meetings. I'm going to take this doggy for a W before the rain sets in, which sounds like it's raining outside at the moment. This meeting has ended. There's only 6 people in here. What meeting did we have? That's the pump dump guy, another pump dump scheme. So we're going to shut that down, and we will see what we can find. I was removed. So that's interesting. So these people here have actually started another meeting, and these were the people that we caused a lot of havoc about 2 hours ago. So we're actually going to go in there now and go in there as Danny de Hek and see whether they allow me to go in there. They're not there anymore. So that's interesting. So they went back to that same Dr. Phil Terry, that lady that we crashed and caused so much grief with, that she's gone back in there on the same URL. So that's, I just want to make sure I actually have that one saved, active. I'm going to go in there, make sure we do have that saved, because she'll go back there tomorrow, thinking tomorrow's another day. But we will be in there to get her. Waiting for host, waiting for host, waiting for host. And we're going to sneak and jump in here and see if this image has started. Ooh, it's exciting. Let's see what we've got. Shut this down, shut this down, shut this down. Going through it all. Problem is, you shut these meetings down and they're all exactly the same, and then you see a live meeting and you accidentally hit the shutdown link because your brain doesn't pick it up fast enough, because I'm like in a trance at the moment. Yeah, I'm in a trance. But yeah, so you've got to be careful that there's no live meetings, because the live meetings are fun. But I think the rest of America's asleep now, so that's why you probably won't see any. We're up to Solana. Solana. Oh my goodness, they've written no. See, that's a typical bad image. I don't want words all over the screen, so now I have to go back and say that you failed miserably. Now let's go back and tell ChatGPT off. So now I'm going to go back and read the command and see what it says.
Create a hyper-realistic, ultra-detailed 16:9 image, 3842,160 resolution, styled like a cybercrime documentary still. The scene is a shady boardroom meeting taking place under cold studio lights. Around a large table sit several well-dressed crypto scammers, looking suspicious and conspiratorial. Each scammer should be modeled after the provided reference photos: David Track, Mark Ross, Mac Mills, Brian Lyles, Mark Hamlin, and Tracy Le Mont Silver. Make sure their likeness is preserved as closely as possible from the photos, despite the poor quality. At the head of the table include Danny de Hek, the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, wearing his bright orange no scam t-shirt. Based on the reference photo, he should appear unimpressed, arms crossed, or leaning forward with a stern, disgusted expression as he watches them plot. The atmosphere should be tense and dramatic. Add subtle Sosana branding, logo, and color scheme from the site, as a hologram projected on the table or glowing subtly on a nearby screen. Lighting should be cinematic, DSLR style at f1.8 with moody studio lighting, sharp textures, realistic skin, shadows, and reflections, as if shot with a professional lens in a dark crypto war room.
Alrighty, so that image did not work, but there's a reason for that. So we've got the Professor Le Mont Silver. Let's have a look at him. So that went crazy because the images, Tracy Le Mont Silver, where is he? So we'll take a screenshot of him. So you can't see what I'm doing right now, but just trust me, I've got all these images on my desktop. But because I've got other advertising in the background, it's decided to grab those words to help make it look even more realistic, but it's stuffed it up. So now I'm in the process of trying to screenshot these images again and remove all the words that got it confused. So let's have a look here. So we're looking at Brian. So you'll just have to wait. But we'll try and get reasonably good photos of these guys. Looks like we've got a good one here. It's a tiny photo, but when you blow it up, it looks pretty good. And then that will hopefully help AI, because these guys don't pose unless you go through all their website advertising. Don't pose ready for a photo. Let's see who else we've got here. This guy here. Who's that? Mark Ross. he's the one that, I think he was the one that caused all the grief when we tried to create the image. So now we're going to do a screenshot on that. And it's a terrible photo, but it will do. And you'll see these images in a second. 1 minute, please, caller. Oops, a daisy. Mark Ross. And so we've got Mr. Hammond. And then we've got this. Well, they've got a few of these scammers. Oh, this one, Mac Mills. Interesting. Mac Mills, we're going to do. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, this is painful. Oh. Anyway, we should get something decent out of this, theoretically. Don't quote me on it, but let's see. Mac Mills, because I've gone through and screenshot all the people, and then the last one we want to do is Davey Track. We've got a reasonably good photo of him. The tricks you learn in this game, I tell you. All right, now we're going down to there. That's good. And right, so now we go back to here, and we're going to put my no scam t-shirt logo thingy under here. That's good. And I'll also try and get a photo of me where I have me on it, and we'll show you how we create these images. Won't that be exciting? And there we are. Right. Alrighty. Right, we're done. Okay, so what we now do is we go, right, please, and now I'll tell it, please give it some other logo, color scheme, site, and please do not put any text in the image. And we need this to look super realistic. Okay, so the brand, I'm just checking that, the brand, I'm going to rename the file as the brand. That's good. Right, so now we come along here and we get all the photos of the boys that we want it, and these are the ones I'm working on. So all the headshots, and then we're going to put this guy headshot. So I wonder if we should mark each scammer should be modeled after reference, blah blah, despite the poor quality. Each scammer should be suspicious. I don't know what's going to happen here, but anyway, the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger and his logo, and we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and suppose we can upload their brand, which is that one there. And now we'll see what happens. Are you ready? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And then we'll have a blog. That's how it rolls. One minute, please, caller. I think ChatGPT must be getting close to having an upgrade. Models, other models. Ooh. Alrighty, here we go. What's going to look like? And I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to get myself ready here. Canva. And what I were doing, I'll actually do it this time, is I normally create a new design. So new design, new look, and then it's going to be called Sosana, because there might be other blogs coming out, especially since I've seen the professor in here, so I'll give him his own place. So you come back to here, shut that down there, go back to my thumbnail for today, which was me in the jungle, grab the comma, paste. There we go, all ready to rock and roll. Now I just need my image in there. So the other thing we do is we will create two. Now we have page 2 and page 1. So we go back to the title of today's blog, come in here, and we add page title. And now we come through here and we hyphenate everything. So it's all holding hands. This is good for SEO. This is good. That's great. That's great. That's great. That's great. That's great. Oh, that's great. If the image has a big hooer of a name like that, it does help it with the SEO, in my opinion. And now we're ready for the picture. What have we got? Oh, yes, Solana. That's pretty cool. That's not bad. It's better than we had. So now we grab that image that you can't see, which you will see in a second, trust me, and we put that there. It's like a war room. And there we go. So now what we also do, which you won't be able to see, but because I'm such a good guy, I'll make it that you can. I'm going to open up, I'm going to give you a demo of something that you don't normally see me do. So this is Photoshop, and Photoshop is the photo. So now I'm going to shrink it down, right? And this photo is not quite the right dimensions. So I need it to be the right dimensions. So what I do is I first of all tell it to be the right dimensions. I make it 2000 wide, and this will give me wings on the side. So now what I do is I get those wings there, and I use a command, and I call it fill B, which gives me my command, and it will now fill that in. Isn't that clever? Hopefully it will. I'll show you what happens. So we're now looking at this, hoping that it will fill. It's building. It's giving me 3 choices. Boom. So that guy there just got his arm redone. Now, if I don't like his arm, I can actually come along here and select a different arm. So he's got a back window and arm. So do I like that arm or that arm? So let's have a look at his face. That one, white. I think that one there is more better. And then I come here and I now go to here and I do fill that there. And once again, fill, F-I-L-L-B, and it writes a wee short command for me. No scam. Perfect. And within a minute, we should have a pretty cool. Hey, Queen Karma, what are you doing here? And you girls and boys. I know I'm still live. I've gone crazy. I'm just building a thumbnail. And now I've got this idiot thing there. So get rid of that. Get rid of that. And that did not work. So I'm not happy with that. So now I'm going to delete that command. And I will do it again. And I could give it another command which says generate full. And I'm going to go fill B, fill background with black. Okay. Whatever color it is. Solana. And boom. Let's see. Let's see what we come up with this time. It's like a lucky dip. Perfect. So now I've got my image. Now I go select all. Are you watching Queen Karma? And then I'm going to go copy merged. And then I'm going to flip over to this screen here. And instead of having that image that you just saw, I've now got an image which is long and narrow, which enables me to get rid of this image. I can right click on this image here and go set as background. And now I've got this image here, which I can move around a little bit to say center the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. There we go. And now I've got a pretty good image, which isn't perfect, but if those guys know each other, they will know who they are. So it's quite cool. And the other one is I could go to town and I could just say, well, let's grab me an image. I could put scam alert in here, which doesn't quite tie in with the loveliness of my photo, but I could put that down here. Oops, excuse me, burping there. That's not a good look. And if I really wanted to, I could look for a lighter color, which could be that color. And then I could go for a darker color, which would be that color. And now we've sort of got a color that's similar to their logo, which I'm going to actually do even better with it because I'm getting carried away now. Going to go here. That's a bit better. And then for the secondary color, I'm going to actually pick the right color, and that will help the continuity of the photo. That's better. And with the scam color, instead of black, we will actually go to the extra length, and we'll see if we can grab the darkest color that they've got, which is probably what I thought I might have already got. Or maybe that's not dark enough. Maybe I can get it there. And that's going to add a little bit of scam alert. So hopefully that's going to catch somebody's eye. I don't know whether that needs to be over here or over there. But that there's perfect. So now what I do is I also update that little wee border there. Now, Queen of Karma, while you're watching, see that logo here. So I've got two logos here. I've got your name. You've got your name, and there's a banner that goes across the bottom. That there banner is, you can put 80% transparent. I always have that 80%. All right, so 80% is transparency. And then when you go to here, you can actually pick the color that goes with the image. So you can see it could be orange, could be red, whatever it is. But anyway, and that gives me the color. And then I go back to there and I put that word on top of it. Make sure it's perfectly in the center. And voila, there's a brilliant image for the blog. Here, save. Hey, let's do a tutorial. Why I've got Queen of Karma in here. I'll show you what I do with my blogs. Alrighty, so now we're back to the blog. And we've got a title. So in the title area, I always make, it has to be under 100 characters. This one here is 97 characters long. If I decide to change the word, then I go edit. And I just take out all that stuff and go OK. And when you save the blog, it will rebuild a new URL that matches exactly the same as the title. I always do that. So when I do my first paragraph, I make sure that's H3. Not that one, H3, which is heading 3. Second paragraph, H4, H4. Next paragraph, next paragraph is, I just leave it as paragraph. When I'm doing any links, I link off to somebody else's website. I click on the edit button. I use the cog. And what I do is I make sure it opens in a new window. That's very important. And then you go update. Same with a review. If I need to, edit, cog, open a new window. Already done that one. Update. Beautiful. And also all links, I try to make them first word capitalized. So that's how that works. And as for the image, watch this. Delete my image. No, Danny, he's gone. Click on this. I go in the background. I create shortcuts. I just need to type. You watch this. Queen. And then I type in the word I for image. Boom. Oh, hold it. Queen spelt wrong. So I've got shortcuts set up on my computer, right? So I go Queen I image. And look at this. Boom. Now I've got your image. I just remember the codes. But I don't want you. No offense. Danny, I, space. There's my image. And now that's how I get my images in there. And now when we go back to the code, there I am. Right. These titles are all H2. But the problem with H2 is you can't tell when it's bold or not. So you'll see me often. So H2 bold heading. Normal text. Also, I've told, and I've also linked all these names. I've linked to the Sosana token, and before you know it, but over here, the other thing I want to show you is when you go into screen options, you will see there's a button called exert. If yours is not ticked, tick it, and then you can shut that box down, and that will give you a little box called excerpt. And here's your excerpt there. Now your excerpt is just a summary of the whole blog, and they can't be more than 160 characters long. So you get a wee tutorial here. And then you come down to the, so if that box isn't on the left-hand side, it will be at the bottom of your website, like one of these, and you can literally drag these boxes over, you see? So you'll just find your excerpt. So what I've done is I can't do it for you because it's all on your memory of your cache. Of your user account. So here's your excerpt, and then it says featured image. So before I upload the image, I grab the title. I come down here and I grab featured image. Quick tutorial. Kathy, hey, nice to see you here. And now I want to upload that featured image, which I've got on my hard drive, which you won't see, but in a second you'll see it loading. And then there's two boxes. There's the top one, the alt text. Now, alt text is for blind people. Yes, when they hold their mouse over the alt text, it should read and tell them what the picture says. So I just copy the title. The title is just the title. It will automatically grab the file name. So just replace that with the same thing. And you've got title and alt text. Don't do caption. Go insert. Boom. Picture. Lovely. Now, when it talks about website categories, in your case, Queen of Karma, you are going to be under here, Ponzi schemes and scams. That's where I live, and where you live is multi-level, and you only tick one of these. If general is ticked, untick it. See how it says primary? It's because you click to just tick one. In my case, I do Ponzi schemes and scam stuff. And now you've got the complete blog. And down the bottom here, you've got the tricky stuff, which I've seen that you've been trying to fill out, which is great. So the title, when I did ChatGPT, I asked ChatGPT to, hold it, we've got problems, Houston. Refresh might help. That fixed it. Yeah, it did. When I did ChatGPT, I asked it to create me. I think I did. I gave it that command I gave you the other day. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? ChatGPT. Yeah, so I've done the blog. ChatGPT title. I gave it a command, which I can't find now, which is great. But I'm just going to do it again. So I have a title, and I call it ChatGPT 2. Bang. And what it will do is it will give me a summary of the website blog. And I'm curious why I hadn't got this already, because I thought I did this. Oh, I know what I did wrong. It's redone the blog, hasn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to read the chat room soon. But in the meantime, I've asked it to do new chat words. So there, anyway, so that's good. So I've already done that anyway. So we've got the title, which there was other gobbledygook in there. I've taken it out. And then I've got the slug, which is the same. And here's the summary of the whole blog. So at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we can now publish that blog. And that was pretty cool. Okay, it wasn't titling them. Doesn't have edit love out loud. I see. Okay, so that's cool. So what have we got? I like the look and run. Curious through. That must be blah blah. I can't change the colors a lot. I love Canva. Looks better on the left. Yeah, it's easier on the left. Make your life easier. JPGs. Don't use ping. I use ping. Do not use pings. Pings are for uncompressed images. And ping is for a logo, and a logo you can have a transparent background, but you can't do that with JPEG. So that's the only time you'd use a JPEG is on a logo. You've gone through and you've listened to all that. Cool. So have you given me a new blog? So let's just have a wee look at the blog, because we've been spending all this time doing this one blog. So this is what we've finished up with. An image of someone who doesn't quite look like me, but that's okay. I've got my no scam t-shirt. I don't think anyone's going to question that.